Hey guys, ET Inside here from Sunbros, and today I'm really excited to be bringing you guys another hero quick look video. We're going to be talking about Jinnar. Jinnar is a class mage role harass. As you guys can see in the bottom left, very low constitution, kind of middle range attack damage and difficulty, and very high but not quite maxed out ability damage. Jinnar's passive is Samsara. After Jinnar uses his spirit orbs 4 times, normal attacks or abilities, the next normal attack will fire spirit orb with a penetrating effect dealing magic damage. His first ability is Battering Beads. Jinnar uses his spirit orbs to attack up to 2 nearby enemies dealing magic damage. With each hit, the spirit orb bounces to nearby enemies up to 2 times. If an enemy is already hit once, the subsequent hits deal less damage. His second ability is Sutra of Pain. Jinnar creates a spirit orb formation and deals damage to nearby enemies, slowing their movement speed for 2 seconds. And last but not least is Jinnar's ultimate, Nirvana. Jinnar evokes the power of the spirit orbs to attack nearby enemies 10 times over 5 seconds, dealing a bunch of magic damage per hit. When using this ability, Jinnar immediately gains a flat damage reduction plus 5% for each nearby enemy hero for 5 seconds. And additionally, he gets 70% movement speed bonus for 1.5 seconds. Alright guys, next we're going to be moving into Jinnar's pros and cons, starting with his pros, which are his strengths, things you're going to want to take advantage of if you're playing as him, and things you're going to want to avoid if you're playing against him. His first pro is that he has a high damage potential. His ultimate actually really carves people up, does a ton of damage, and also his first and second ability also do a surprising lot of damage. Jinnar's second pro is that all of this high damage potential is all AoE or area of effect damage. Even his first ability, which has the Battering Beads, which bounces between one target and another, can be considered AoE damage because it will hit everyone in the area a couple times. And obviously the second ability is an AoE circle, and his ultimate is a huge AoE area around him that does a bunch of damage. So he really can put out an incredible amount of damage. And his last pro is going to be his damage reducing ult. So his ultimate reduces damage. I'm going to read you the verbiage of it. A flat 15% base damage reduction plus 5% for each nearby enemy hero for 5 seconds. So the total that you can actually gain from that is a total of 40% damage reduction in its max capacity, which isn't a lot compared to some heroes, but for a mage is a pretty good amount, especially one that has to be up close and personal because they have range issues. And speaking of range issues, now we're going to move on to Jinnar's cons, which are the things you're going to want to avoid if you're playing as him, and things you're going to want to take advantage of or exploit if you're playing against him. Jinnar's first con is that major range issue. The bulk of Jinnar's damage has to be done at close quarters range, and if you hit the ult at the wrong time and only get 15% damage reduction as opposed to up to 40% damage reduction, you could be extremely squishy during that situation in which you have to be really close to do what you do best, and that's a lot of damage. Jinnar's second con is that he's very susceptible to crowd control. For a mage that is required to be close quarters to deal the most potent amount of damage that he can, he doesn't have any abilities that allow him or help him get out of crowd control, including dashes and major movement speed buffs besides his ult, which obviously you'd much rather use offensively rather than defensively. And last but certainly not least is that Jinnar is very heavily team reliant. And what I mean by that is pretty simple. Because of his close range and his inability to really truly get out of damage unharmed, he's really reliant on his team to provide the right conditions for him to shine. Now, in a very solid team comp with some good tank off tank combination going on, Jinnar can actually get in and wreak some havoc on some pretty well crowd controlled heroes. But I wouldn't look at Jinnar as being a really solid candidate to help you solo carry yourself through ranked, especially when you don't know anyone on your team. Alright guys, that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoy the content. If you did, please give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and of course check out our other how to play videos, our top 5s, and our Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night live streams. Thanks for watching guys, and as always, till next time.